Hey everybody! I've been getting a lot of questions on how to get better at push-ups without having to do more push-ups. It can be pretty tough to get better at them if it's hard to do any at all. Also, there's only so many push-ups you can do before it starts hurting and stops helping. So in this video, we're going to learn 5 bodyweight exercises that are going to help you get better at push-ups. Let's get started. Exercise number 1, planks. Sometimes just holding your torso and hips up during a push-up is difficult. Learning how to plank properly can be crucial in developing proper form for push-ups. If your hips sink down and your lower back drops during push-ups, then there might be a weakness in your core muscles. It can be difficult to engage your core muscles if you don't know what you need to contract. Unfortunately, many people do this exercise incorrectly, decreasing the efficacy of this exercise. Learning how to brace properly is the first step. In the video on performing better push-ups, we talked about taking a deep breath in, then exhaling all that air out, pulling your diaphragm down, and contracting your abs to tighten your core. To perform the plank, you'll want to get on your forearms and toes. Your elbows will not start directly under your shoulders yet. They will be slightly forward. Your ankles will be bent at about 90 degrees, then pull your body forward almost like you're dragging yourself only on your forearms. Your elbows will end up under your shoulders. Do all this while keeping your neck strong and eyes fixed at a 45-degree angle. Don't let your head sink down. If doing this is too difficult on your forearms, you can try doing them on your hands, like starting the push-up position. If that is also too difficult, you can try doing it on your knees and elbows, or knees and hands. Exercise number 2, scapular push ups. This will teach you how to control the beginning and end ranges of a normal push-up. Doing these properly will help develop many of the muscles you don't think about during regular push-ups, such as the serratus, or the muscles that cover the ribs, and the rhomboids and trapezius, or the upper middle center of the back. The ability to control these muscles can be difficult, but they are worth the effort if you want to maximize the effectiveness of push-ups and prevent future dysfunction of the movement. To do scapular push-ups, start in the push-up position. Hands right under the shoulders is acceptable too. Start by pushing your shoulders forward as if you are pushing away from the ground, allowing your upper back to round slightly. As you release this position with control, start letting your torso subtly drop as your shoulder blades come together. After your shoulder blades have come together, push away from the ground again, back to the starting position. If you're finding it difficult to do scapular push-ups on your hands and feet, you can try doing them on your knees first. This will look like a modified cat-camel, like the ones you would do in yoga class. I like to keep my neck straight and my eyes at a 45-degree angle to keep practicing that push-up position. Exercise number 3, rows. There are several variations of rows, but I'll go over one option here: prone bodyweight rows. This is a great exercise for building strength in the mid and upper back, like the rhomboids, trapezius, and the lats. You'll get to practice retraction and protraction, like in the scapular push-ups, but the focus of strength will be in the back muscles. It's almost like a backwards push-up. To perform the prone bodyweight row, you would start off lying on your back and knees bent. Your arms will be outstretched forward with a little bit of protraction, or shoulders coming forward. As you start to drive your elbows back and into the floor, you'll retract or pull together your shoulder blades. This will lift your torso off the ground a bit. Hold the contraction for a second, and then return to the starting position of arms outstretched. Exercise number 4, hip thrusts. To help protect your lower back, strengthen your core, straighten your hips, and increase your butt strength, hip thrusts can be really good for your push-ups. Although this looks similar to the hip bridges on the floor, the muscles focused on changes from the hamstrings to the glutes, just by placing your back on an elevated surface. Ideally, this surface will be somewhere around knee height, like a couch. Too low or too high might not allow you to focus on strengthening your glutes. To perform this, Put the lower portion of your shoulder blades on a flat, cushioned surface. You can use your elbows on the couch to help position yourself. Once you have your positioning, remove your elbows from the couch and put your hands on your hips. Have your feet about shoulder width apart, with your heels right under your knees or just slightly ahead of them. Let your butt be on the floor. Push your hips upward while keeping a straight torso and creating a tabletop-like position for your body. Hold and squeeze for a second, and then control on your way down. Exercise number 5, armchair dips. If you really find that your triceps are the weak link in the push-up, armchair dips can be a good supplemental exercise to gaining strength in that area. What's also nice is that you can focus on keeping your shoulders down too, as elevated shoulders tend to be a problem for some with push-ups. This depression of the shoulder blades is great for posture and relieving neck tension, especially for those who sit at their desks for long periods of time. Doing armchair dips further reduces the amount of weight you will be pushing and eliminates the focus of retracting and protracting the shoulder blades. I also prefer this over bench dips, as extending your arms behind you to dip is often an awkward position for most and makes it difficult to maintain the shoulders down within this pushing movement. To perform armchair dips, find a sturdy chair with solid arms. It may help to place this chair against the wall so it doesn't slip out from under you. Depending on the chair's arms, it may be more comfortable to hold them with your knuckles facing forward or your knuckles facing out. This will not change the effectiveness of the exercise. As you press up, extend or straighten your elbows while simultaneously pushing your shoulder blades down. Hold the top position for a second and come down with control. As you come down, it's okay and natural to have the shoulders elevate slightly because of the height and positioning of the arms on the chair. But do your best to not let your shoulders elevate up towards your ears. Also, while doing this movement, don't let your elbows flare out too much. You may choose to have your elbows closer to your body if you need more of a challenge. To wrap things up, here are the 5 exercises I recommend for most people to get better at push-ups. Exercise number 1, planks. Use this to strengthen your core. Exercise number 2, scapular push-ups. Use this to learn control of your lesser used muscles and obtain full range of motion for push-ups. Exercise number 3, prone body weight rows. Use this to strengthen the back muscles that we forget are very useful during push-ups. Exercise number 4, hip bridges. Use this to strengthen your glutes, straighten your hips, and help engage your core. Exercise number 5, armchair dips. Use this to strengthen your triceps. So that's all for this video. If you need help on your technique for push-ups, there's going to be a link in the description box below on how to get better at that. If you enjoyed the content and you found that it was helpful, hit the like button. And if you want more information like this, hit the subscribe button below too. All right, so I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.